Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition, where I take self-imposed rules from the tabletop Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game and add them on top of what already exists in Larian Studios' Baldur's Gate 3. We are currently within a abandoned temple that a band of goblins have overrun. 3 of our party are disguised as drow through magic, and 1 is hiding as a badger. Last session, Astarion did some poking around, found a few nice things, as well as destroyed some war drum alarms, so if everything does go wrong, we shouldn't be in as much trouble as we could be in. Astarion also found a scroll of Guiding Bolt, which he cannot cast, but Shadowheart can, and now that the two are stood next to each other, we can pass that off. Of course, in-game, 2 creatures can hand off items from any distance, but in tabletop D&D, that's not how that works, so we self-impose that here as well. So, we have made that handoff, and I suppose let's go and see what's on the other side of here again. We have not tried to engage in any kind of sneak attacking or other combat yet. It's simply just trying to get a lay of the land. There's many different kind of cubbies, different areas, lots of blockaded doors and locked doors. Like, who knows what's down there? Not me. These 3 seem to be having an interesting conversation. Minthara, Cleric of the Absolute. Well, that looks like another drow. So maybe that's somebody we don't want to be trying to have a conversation with, because we are posing as drow but don't really know anything actually about drow. Draw Ragslin, Warlord of the Absolute. So we've got a Warlord, a Cleric, a Priestess, and if we check our inventory, there's a scroll somewhere, a piece of art one of us has. Research notes, dragon rituals. It's here somewhere. It's this one. Drawn in thick charcoal lines upon an animal skin, this childlike portrait depicts 3 stick figures, a goblin with sparks in its hand, a square humanoid figure, and what seems to be an elf. Each of them is wearing a simple crown. So if this guy could possibly be the blocky one, because he's muscly as all hell, this is the elf, except Dark Elf is a drow, and the priestess may well be the one with sparks coming from their hands. So 3 boss type creatures to deal with. There's a locked gate or a portcullis behind this throne, but still no one seems to mind us just kind of pottering about above here. There's a ladder there which will get us in behind some of this stuff. That's a treasure room, which will be nice to poke around, although that's not really a priority. So everyone else can get up here if they need to along this route. So let's send Astarion down this ladder and see if any issues arise from poking around here. Okay, no one can see me here. That's good to know. I don't know if we can kind of cut... Is there a wooden hinge? Yeah. So we can attack the things up high and possibly cause some commotion. They seem to be doing some kind of prayer around a dead mind flayer. I'm hoping we don't accidentally set off some trap or alarm. Is it worth poking around here this early? I'll give this one go. Failed. Finding a key may well be better. I'm not going to take any of this stuff, just because stealing is one more reason for us to get hung up. And just keep sticking our nose in places. That's a smoke powder barrel. Definitely don't want to accidentally attack that. More pits of nothingness down the back end. And this is the back of the spider's den, I believe, where we certainly don't want to be ending up as prisoners or any such event. I don't think we can make a shot against that, although if I could, I'd consider it. It's probably too far. Oh, perhaps not. Let's go into turn-based. Just in case. No? Nobody cares? Very nice. Alright, we'll come out of turn-based. So, we have 3 bosses. 3 higher-ups, each with a posse of lower downs. A couple of other smaller side locations. And no knowledge of where Halcyon is. Maybe it's time we take the other 2 down, the other 2 drow down. We'll keep the badger close, but we'll bring these 2 guys down. We know this is safe. And just maybe it's time to instigate a conversation somewhere. Astarion, you can crouch down up here in case everything pops off terribly. We want you up in the rafters somewhere, because... what's the spell? Moonbeam will be incredible if we are far out of sight of everybody else. Although, I don't know how maneuverable we're going to be as a badger. Fairly maneuverable, it seems. Astarion made that jump, I'm sure. Can we burrow up? Unlikely. And that's why you always try and achieve the ridiculous things. And stand over there. Okay, back to these guys. Shadowheart is the one with charisma. Only a little, but more than everybody else. What kind of creature is a hobgoblin? Is this a hobgoblin? Humanoid hobgoblin. Okay. Well, they're only level 3, so we could probably take them in a fight if we had to, if we don't pull in all the other trash from everywhere else. Astarion, I would like you to cast guidance on at least Shadowheart before we walk over. And then we'll see how things go from there. In fact, let's talk to these folks. And we must remember, Gale does not have dark vision. Alright, none of us are sneaking. Badger is up high. Let's just wander on through here, see what's going on. Hello, Sharp-Eye Zami.
Bet it's nice being a drow, strutting about like your arse is made of diamonds.
Yeah, it's great. So, they had nothing of value to say. There's a local rat over there. Unfortunately,
mess with the Blade of Frontiers.
Oh, that's Will. Will is the Braid of Frontiers, back at camp. There's a local rat here, and if I could speak to it, there may well be some useful information on the other end of that conversation. Shadowheart does not have any scrolls of Speak with Animals, not that I even know if she could cast it if she wanted to. Animal Friendship is not the same thing. Which is it? If I go into Speak with Animals, it's the green outline. Green outline of two creatures talking. We do not have a scroll for that. Alright. Did I just see that person taking a leak down the giant hole? Quite possibly. These three
I hear Spike messed with the
don't seem to have anything going on.
I just love a good finger.
You know it is, chump. The Blade of Frontiers.
Unfortunately, yes.
Got to run if he crosses your path. Make sure he squeals.
Now, if we could bring Will here with his Mask of Many Faces, that would be very interesting. So, we could probably take these three in a fight almost instantly. And if we could do it without these guys noticing,
Good thing I ain't asked.
then we'd slowly just start bringing the numbers down. But if they notice, and then they notice, and then alarms get raised, everything goes to pot. And I'm not ready for that yet. Can we speak to the guy in the cage? There's going to be some plot here.
Praise his ever-bleeding axe. Praise his throne of flaming iron. Praise McGlubbiet.
You know Maglubiat, a tyrannical deity who treats his goblinoid followers as slaves.
Trying to interrupt my prayers? Scared of a real god? You're as goonless as the rest of them.
How'd you get in the cage? We have to know.
To McGlubbiet. 'Cause I ain't having my head turned by some upstart god.
Tell me about this god.
Every bleeder in here is gabbing on about it. Traitorous bastards. The great absolute brings us together. Drow and gnolls and goblins all braiding one another's hair. It's a load of shite. Talking to you, ain't I? I just don't believe in all this togetherness and chumminess. Ain't natural. It won't last. They'll be tearing into each other soon enough. Sod 'em all. I'll wait it out in here, praying to a real god.
So, if we can release them, there could be an ally for us, although a level 3 goblin with 7 health might not be that much value. I can't zoom out far enough to see if this chain is connected to anything around here. I'll pick up this ladder just because it's there. A little stash of wine. But nothing else, it seems. Alright, let's see where else we can get without starting a fight. If we can just get eyes on a few more locations. Heavy oak doors just take us to the room where those guys are praying. That's the Drow, Cleric of the Absolute. That door's broken down. I don't know if we could, what's the word? Misty step through there or anything, although there's a ladder here that will take us through to that next space. Or there's a walkway. Oh god, gotta go all the way around it seems. If we come up to the top of this staircase where Priestess is, we might just be able to hop over this banister and avoid any awkward conversations.
This room's dedicated to Seluna.
Smells like burnt flesh in here.
Oh, that's gross. Alright, we all made it. That's good. Let's creep on by. So this room seems pretty far away from everybody else. If we did get into a fight with these three, I think we could hack that. Another local rat. And some sarcophagi that is not stealing if we open. That said, they're just empty, I guess. I don't need a candle. You talking about me?
Ignore them and be happy they didn't throw you to the spiders yet.
I'd like to move this, please. Shadowheart, you're the strongest, aren't you?
Do you think the
No.
dwarf is ready yet? I'm hungry.
Um,
Stand by here. No booze, no sneaking off.
not enough. Okay, so we're not strong enough, but there is something under there. Some kind of chest. But we'll come back with a wild shape, perhaps. There is a war drum. Excellent to know. Dare I risk going through this door? Let's talk to them first, see if they're guarding something or have anything to say.
Seen this mess? Flaming Fist Thuggo took a chunk out me arm last raid out. Tried the priest, but she says the Absolute will set me right in time for the next raid.
Alright.
Can't we just
So, perhaps they're not guarding anything through this door?
To know exactly where.
Oh. The Warg Pens. Okay, and this dungeon just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Crude mace. Benches. There is an area of wall top here that we might be able to get to if we have to. These are very good, but they are stealing, but can't help ourselves. So we've got a couple of goblins down there. Scroll of Healing Word is excellent to have in an absolute emergency. And Shadowheart picked it up, which is the person who can cast it. I'm sorry you got left behind for now, Andrew. We will return. We've got a couple of Beastmasters and Butchers. And the Wargs that we've seen fight on many occasions. Ah, if I could get Andrew down here, Andrew can turn himself into... Oh! Halcyon. Very interesting. Alright. In that case, Andrew, we have some ground to cover. We need to get over there. How far can we burrow? That is the question. Okay, I reckon we can burrow past this.
Follow my teachings. Follow Ragsling's orders.
If we could get him out wild-shaped as something else. Oh god. Run, 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 run. Okay, that went fine. These guys. Just go through the door. Don't stop, just go through the door. Don't stop to talk to the rat, just go through the door. Okay. I don't know if badgers can talk to bears or not, but we're going to try and find out. And we're going to find out next time. So, thank you for joining me through this creeping and stalking through the Goblin's compound. Tomorrow, we'll see if the Druid Halsin can be conversed with and saved from within this chamber at least, and then we'll work on an escape plan to get out even further. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.